Can Captain America and his new team of secret Avengers piece together their lost memories before it's all too late? Well, let's hop into the pages of Captain America Sentinel of Liberty issue number 8 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, Steve Rogers, as I'm sure many of us have done in the past, wakes up in a field in Kansas with absolutely no idea of how he got there. Eventually, Cap pieces together that he's lost over 100 hours. Whatever mission him and his team were trying to pull off seemingly failed because the agents of A.I.M seized the island of Manhattan. No doubt thanks to the extra funding and muscle that was provided to advanced ideas mechanics courtesy of the Outer Circle. All I know is that with A.I.M in charge of Manhattan, New York Comic Con is gonna be weird this year. With everything going to hell in the city, Steve's art school friends, as well as his neighbor Amari, who he was teaching to box, desperately try and find Cap at home. Sadly, he's nowhere to be found. But they do end up running smack dab right into, though, as an A.I.M kill team sent to set fire to Captain America's apartment. Amari actually gets to show how much he's learned from Steve's boxing lessons as the art school students hold down one of the A.I.M agents so he can punch him. The kid feels bad about it, only to have one of the art school kids say, hey, don't worry, he was a fascist with a science degree, but still a fascist. Now back over with Steve, him and his brand new covert team are able to reunite thanks to the help of Aaron, aka Rail Rider. You'll remember him as one of the Captain America Underground members. Part of that big Christopher Cantwell story wherein we saw communities all over America in tons of different states all have their own unique Captain America fighting the good fight for them. In fact, Rail Rider is going to be getting his own miniseries soon. Sadly, even with his team all in one place, none of them exactly know what happened to them. Even their new robot buddy Redacted had his memories tampered with, which is certainly disconcerting. It's Roger Aubrey who says that their enemies have opened up a brand new field of psychic warfare and that they need to get themselves a soldier who knows about that kind of battleground and tactics. Sadly, the Destroyer says that all the psychics he knew are dead because he is an old man. Luckily, Cap just so happens to have a psychic in mind who owes him a favor. Unfortunately, the situation's a little bit awkward. You'll remember during the Hellfire Gala, Emma Frost, the White Queen, was hitting on Steve, and he doesn't want to make waves because he's a nice guy and seemingly him and Sharon have gotten back together. I actually really respect Sharon for saying, look man, it's okay, I don't expect you to be a monk when we're on break and I'm not around. The best part is yet to come though. How exactly does Steve get in contact with Emma Frost? She's not exactly the sort of person you can just pick up and call. To do so, Cap has to send out a psychic message. Basically, he has to think one word very hard, and that word is mommy. I promise that bit makes way more sense if you actually did read the Hellfire Gala issue, but seriously, who's your mommy, Steve? Emma is of course more than happy to flex her amazing mental muscle and help Cap and his team get their memories back. Here's the thing though, Peggy Carter wants absolutely nothing to do with Emma. She calls her a gene supremacist, and vehemently demands that no one go digging around in her mind, probably because she has lots of dark secrets that she would rather hide, like the fact that she is working as a sleeper agent for Bucky at the moment. Luckily, they don't need Peggy though, as 5 people will be more than enough. Emma works her magic, and we discover that Cap and his team had their minds wiped by a brand new version of M.O.D.O.C. But that's M.O.D.O.C with a C, not a K, an organism designed for control, not for killing. Why are they only hearing about this thing now? Well, as Redacted explains, that M.O.D.O.C just so happens to be another one of the Star Points, the special elite enforcers of the Outer Circle. Well, Redacted and Bucky were sent to do dirty jobs by rubbing people out. M.O.D.O.C did things a little bit differently by influencing people's minds. Now that the good guys finally know what happened to them, they can make plans to go back and liberate Manhattan. Though, as he's been doing all arc long, Steve is going to have to pull off this mission with a very heavy heart. He still misses Bucky, he's worried about him, and he especially hopes that he doesn't end up falling in too deep with the Outer Circle and losing himself, especially as the stakes continue to rise all over the damn place. As the comic comes to a close, Captain America says that for this next mission, maybe they don't need Avengers, maybe they don't even need secret Avengers, maybe who they really need is invaders. And so that was Captain America Sentinel of Liberty issue number 8, everybody, and once again, I thought this issue was absolutely kick-ass awesome. Kelly and Lanzig really are ushering in a brand new golden age of Cap stories, and I couldn't be happier. This story was so wonderfully creative, tied together a ton of different Captain America continuity, from the Captain America networks in the Cantwell series to Cap's time in the Hellfire Gala, to of course Steve's long and storied history with the Invaders. As a longtime comic reader, this series couldn't be more rewarding. Overall, I'd feel comfortable giving this one another very solid 8.5 out of 10. If you're not reading Sentinel of Liberty, you're most definitely missing out, as it's one of the best comics of last year and will certainly be one of the best comics of this year if trends continue.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.